Okay, so in order to make the shorts, you're gonna need a t-shirt. I got this from Walmart. They had like a section in the men's section. They had a bunch of neon colored t-shirts. So I got one in this color, and I got one in a lime, like a highlighter yellow color. It's almost the color of this ruler, but you're gonna need a t-shirt, whichever kind of t-shirt you like. I prefer the men's shirts because they just work better for what I'm doing. They run a little bit bigger, and the women's t-shirts sometimes run a little bit smaller, so I get more material for my money. So when you need that, you're going to need a pair of shorts that you like. These are some bike style shorts that I already have. They're kind of old, and I actually kind of wore them already, but I'm going to use those shorts as a template. Just whatever shorts that that you have, or you can use pants, jeans, leggings, just something to give you that shape. And then I have a cutting mat. You don't need a cutting mat, but it just, I do sewing projects, so I invested in one of these, and some type of ruler. You will need some type of ruler. This is just a fabric ruler. It's pretty long, and you're going to need either adhesive tape that you can iron on, or I prefer to use sewing needle and thread, or a sewing machine. You don't have to have a sewing machine, but it's easier if you do have one, but you can hand sew this. So this is how I start out. I open the shirt out. I'm going to try not to show the logo because I'm not sponsored. Open the shirt out. It has some yellow residue on here because of the other shirt that I already did. But once you open it out, you're going to fold the shirt in half. If you hear some music in the background or something like that, there's a church across the street from me, and it is Sunday morning. So I'm probably going to speed this part up so I can get this shirt straight. So you're going to take your shorts, open them out, and I'm going to use the seam of the bottom of the shirt to my advantage. Since it's already hemmed pretty much, I'm going to keep that in the shirt. I'm not going to cut that off. So let me slide this up so you can see it better. I'm going to start at the end of the shirt. So the bottom of my pants, I'm going to put that where I want my shorts to stop. And I'm going to line this up here, except I'm going to flip it this way because I do want to make these longer. So just roughly, as long as you have your shirt lined up right, then you should be good. But I'll show you how to fix any mistakes at the end. Line this up. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just got to get it close. So that's close to that side. This is lined up at the edge down here. I'm gonna go, and I'm not worried about this part at the top that you can't see because I'm going to cut much higher than this. So I don't want it to stop right here, so I'm really not worried about this part not lining up. So now that I have this lined up good, make sure I got all the creases out of this. I should have ironed it, but whatever. Okay, so I don't need to do anything to the bottom, so I'm going to take this out of the frame. This is the part that I want to focus on right now. So I get this part pretty close. You do want to leave about ½ an inch of seam allowance so you can sew that. But I don't need a full inch because this is already my perfect size, so I don't need to add. So I'm going to, and this shirt stretches. So I'm going to start here, and I'm going to cut here. If you're using scissors, I would draw a line first with a marker or a fabric marker before you cut. But I'm just going to freehand this because I already made one last night, so I pretty much know. If you're using a rotary cutter, just make sure you apply pressure to it. And I'm going to go straight up. I'm going to keep going a few inches. Let me see, sometimes it doesn't cut. You can go back over those areas. All right, cut that away. Let me pull this into frame a little bit. I don't ever suggest to move your fabric once you already start cutting, but like I said, I've done this before. I pretty much already know what I'm doing, so I'm just gonna move it back to show you so I can keep you in the frame pretty much. At this point, I already have the shape of my shorts, so I'm going to go ahead and pull this out of the way. I'm going to use this to keep going up a few inches, and I'm going to come up here close to about that high. My shorts are here. I'm going to come up to about probably where the end of this t-shirt stops, and I'm going to cut the rest of that. Because I like my shorts, I have a belly, so I like my shorts to sit up over my belly. I don't want them under my belly because that's not cute. And plus, my shirt is going to hang over, so you're not going to see it anyway. So cut that away. You're done with these. Don't need these anymore. Alright. So now you're going to take this to your sewing machine or hand sew it, but let me show you what to do because I messed this part up first. So you should have 2 pieces. Well, no, there is one more step to cut. Or actually, you can leave. Yep, it's one more step to cut. I'm gonna open this out. You don't have 2 pieces yet because this is still together. So this part right here where it's still connected, you're going to take some scissors. Let me slide it over a little bit more. This part here, you're going to take some scissors and cut that to make it 2 pieces. I'm just going to use the rotary cutter and the ruler because I don't have any scissors on hand. But I'm going to cut the smallest sliver off that I can just to get 2 pieces. Now you should have 2 pieces. Make sure you always close your blade to your rotary cutter when you're not using it. So you should have 2 pieces. Take these pieces apart. There's a little string that didn't get cut. Let me cut it. Alright, 2 pieces. Okay, so I'm at my sewing machine. I do have some pins right here if I need them. Probably not going to use them, just probably going to freehand. And I have a seam ripper just in case I make any mistakes because I'm not a pro sewer. I do make mistakes quite often. So you're going to take your piece of fabric. This is the wider side at the bottom and then the smaller side at the top. You're going to place the wrong side down. So this is the right side up, and you're going to take the right side of this one and place it on top of the right side of this and sandwich them together. So that's what I'm going to do. So this is what I was saying about how you're gonna sew. Okay, so that's the, turn that over. Alright, so you're going to pin this together. This is the part that you're going to sew together on both sides. And you're going to stop once you get to this part because I'm going to show you how you have to sew this part, okay? But for now, just sew this side together and do the other side, and that's the part that you're sewing just to here. That's it, and then I'll show you what to do next. On my sewing machine, I'm using a zigzag stitch because this fabric is stretchy, so I want the thread to be able to stretch with the fabric. This is what you just sewed. You sewed this part. All this right here, this part is still open. So this is what it should look like. But you're going to take the middle part right here, grab that, and you want to start to be able to see a pair of shorts. They look like a pretty pair of long shorts right now until I hem them. But this is what they're going to look like. So this is the next part that you're going to sew. So that part is sewed together. That's together. You're going to slide this up. These two pieces you're going to sew together. These two pieces you're going to sew together. You're going to start at this end and go all around there. And then that's going to be your short clothes. That's why I want to keep this hem, because now I'm not going to have to hem the bottom of the shorts. So this is the part that you're going to have to sew, and I'll show you how to do that next. Alright, so when you're ready to hem the top edge, you want to get rid of all uneven parts. So if I zoom you in, you'll see that right here, it doesn't quite match up right here in the fabric. So I'm going to put my ruler. This is a straight edge right here. Well, I'll show you on this side. This is a straight edge. So I'm going to line my ruler up with the straight edge right here on this side. Then I'm going to cut off as little excess as I can. Alright, so now you have a straight edge. You're just going to fold this inside about this much. And these shorts are turned right side out now. So I'm going to just straight stitch across the top because I don't want the waistband to stretch too much. And I don't have any elastic right now to add it to it. So I'm just going to fold this inside about that much inside, and then I'm going to top stitch it down.